Teresa Giudice living the Real Housewife of New Jersey? Girl, what does this mean? Because according to Kim D, there is a deal between Bravo and Miss Teresa Giudice. And we need to talk about it because what will be the future of the franchise? All right, but before we start, welcome back. I'm the real Andy of Beverly Hills. Welcome to another piece of tea. If you are new here, welcome to Beverly Troop, where I keep it real and I mention it all. So make sure to subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And girl, let's talk about this mess. Okay, so apparently there is a rumor going around that Miss Teresa Giudice will be leaving the Real Housewife of New Jersey, but after this next season. So, as you know, the show, this season that is filming right now, or was filming right now, just filmed the season finale a couple days ago. They did the final party. Everyone is saying that it's going to be a very successful season. You know, everyone is kind of like getting along. There is a lot of fun moments. They literally went all the way to South Korea. Like, it's going to be a big season. And if it's anything like that trailer for the Real Houses of New York, girl, you know that is going to be good. Which, by the way, if you have not watched the trailer for the new season of New York, girl, get into it. Oh my god, it is so good. But anyways, if it's anything like that, I think they're gonna be doing a great job, right? But anyways, now Kim D is going around saying that apparently there is a deal between Bravo and Teresa Giudice. They're saying that when they were into conversations to see who they were going to come back, they test with many of the old ladies. You know, there were moments where they test with Teresa, with Melissa, with Margaret, with some of the other ladies, Dolores, whatever, you know, because they were trying to see who really will fit with, you know, this cast, right? With the new ladies, because they're bringing a whole bunch of new ladies, right? And apparently during that moment and those conversations were happening, they Miss Teresa decided to have a talk with Bravo, you know, and she said, "Look, I want to return to the next season of New Jersey, and I want to see how can we happen, or what can happen, right?" And Bravo apparently were pursuing Teresa because they were very convinced that they wanted Teresa to be on the next season of Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip, because it was to celebrate the 20 years of Real Housewives, and they needed to have those names that are fully associated to each franchise, and New Jersey is Teresa Giudice. There is no other way around that. So they were like, "Look, Teresa, we really need you. We want you. We please come and film Real House with Ultimate Gold Strip." So Teresa allegedly make a deal. And she said, "Look, I know that you're testing and I know that you're trying to find your perfect group. Let me return to do one last season of New Jersey. I will do Real Housewife Ultimate Girls Trip, and I use both platforms to say my goodbyes and to leave the show on my own terms after everything that I have give to you. Teresa has gave us her life completely during all of these years. We have seen her daughters being born, grow up. We saw her going through divorce, going to jail, doing like everything, become a New York bestseller multiple times, remarry, going into like absolutely everything, you know." And she says, "I think I deserve this, you know." All of that I'm telling you is allegedly, you know, none of this is confirmed. It's all coming from Kim D, you know, so take that with a grain of salt. Uh, so apparently Bravo was like, "You know what? I think that we're gonna say yes. Well, they did say yes, basically, but they were saying, I think we're gonna say yes. And apparently, according to Kim D, a great part of that is because Bravo feels, or the executive feel a little bit guilty because they believe that they had a part into, the fact that Teresa ended up going to jail. Mainly because on the early seasons of New Jersey, they really, really pushed Teresa into spending a lot of money on camera. And that spending was what ended up alerting, the authorities into looking to the whole situation with Joy Giudice. And then, well, Joy Giudice made Teresa sign a bunch of shit, and that's why she ended up going to jail, right? So they were like, yeah, my bad, oopsie. So because of that, they were like, okay, I think we can do that, right? I think we can move forward. I have to say, look, when it comes about the future of the show, I have always said the same. I love my housewives. There are certain housewives that I'm like, this is part of the show. This is, I mean, it will be very hard to see a show without that person, right? But I also understand that every single person is replaceable. And there are rising stars everywhere all the time. Look at many of the new housewives that we have that we are just obsessed with it. I mean, we got Lisa Barlow only 6 years ago, and we can't have enough of her, of how good she is as a housewife, right? Look at Stacey Rush on Potomac. She is incredible. Look at Angela Oakley on Atlanta. Amazing. There are these housewives who you just like out of nowhere, we haven't even discovered, right? So I know that like everyone is replaceable, but I do love the fact, if this end up being truth, I will love it just because it will be Teresa living on her own terms and being happy. Teresa lives already in her happy bubble, in her love bubble, right? Um, she even said it, I think it was last year or a couple of years ago. She said like she was waiting for her last daughter to go to college, and then she actually even wants to leave New Jersey, and she said that she was going to move either here to LA or go to Florida, right? So not every housewife is gonna be here forever. It will be super weird. I love Teresa. I think she's amazing. I am so grateful for every single moment that she has gave us, through her life and on the show. But I also know that she has the right to be happy, and maybe this is something that is not fulfilling her also anymore, right? So I'm like, do you, boo? Do what you need to do, right? But if she decided to stay, and this is just lies from Kim D, girl, I will be ecstatic because I love Teresa, So like, yes, give me like 10 more seasons of Teresa. I will watch 10 more seasons of Teresa, So, anyways, apparently that's what Kim D is saying, that this might be like Teresa's last season. So let me know what you guys think on the comments below. How do you feel about all of this? Will you miss Teresa Giudice? How will the show move forward? And are we gonna meet the new racing star from New Jersey on the next season of The Real House of New Jersey? Let me know, and if you want to get all the tea related to this show or any of the other Bravo shows, make sure to like this video, share this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll see you around. See ya. Bye.